If we want to consider the various components of cost relating to everyday business, one has got applications for issuing a quote, issuing a manual invoice. These templates can all easily be created. And what we're going to do quickly is look at the various components of cost if one was to start devising a costing sheet. Costing sheet for quoting purposes, for a manual invoice. So what would we have? We would be possibly in a situation where we are selling, if we've got a workshop and we are doing auto repair, we're now selling spare parts which we are fitting to a vehicle. We've got a labor component, we've got consumables. We need to have that all nicely added up with taxes added. This all becomes again a very real application for Excel. So let's imagine that we've got a column and we're going to put in description. We are going to put a value. We're going to put a quantity. And we're going to put a total. Dead simple. So we've got auto workshop. We've got a car that's come in and it's needed some brake repair. It's got brake pads and discs that have had to be swapped out. So we're going to put there 4 brake discs and 4 sets of brake pads. It took 2 hours of labor. So we're going to put labor and we're going to put consumables and we're going to put, let's have labor with a capital L, and we've got one simple tax. Back in South Africa we would have VAT at 15%. So our brake discs, let's call those $100 or rands. The brake pads, we're going to call those 50. We're going to call those 50. Labor, our labor rate is going to be $80 an hour. Consumables, we are going to work a percentage. So we've got $100 per brake disc. We've got 4 of them. We've got 4 sets of brake pads at $50 each. We've got labor at 2 hours. So here we've got, now we're wanting to calculate our totals. So we're going to go equals that block times that block. And there's our 400. Now I'm going to Control C and I'm going to paste this into that block, and we've got 400, 200, 160. I'm going to put a little subtotal there. I want to put a little, underline it. Where's our underline? I'm going to use, my computer's rendering quite strangely. There we go. And we want a total. So here I'm going to go equals, and I'm going to say sum, S-U-M, open brackets, highlight, close brackets. And there we've got a sum of 760. Now we're going to add consumables. If we're going to say consumables, we're going to work 2.5% of the total. So we're going to say that is equal to that multiplied by 0.025. Didn't like that because I'm using a dot instead of a comma. There's usually a reason why. So let me go back on that. Sorry, I'm going to put in a comma, 0.025. There we go, $19. And I'm going to I'm not going to add those two. So here I can go equals, and I can just go that plus that. There's my 779. I'm going to put a little underline there. 779. That didn't underline it quite as I wanted. Let's put a bottom border. And of course taxation, if we're running it, let's put in tax at 15%. So I'm then going to make that equal to that multiplied by 0, comma. I've now learnt 1.5. And there's 116.85. Let's give that a thick bottom border. And we're now wanting a total. So our total after taxes is equal to that, plus that. And there we go. Your bill for having your breaks done, $895.85. And we're going to make it look nice. Now, what have we've got a little bit of a mess here with inconsistencies. So I'm going to highlight these two columns. I'm going to go to Format Cells. I'm going to put a number. I'm going to give it 1,000 separator. All of a sudden, that looks nice and consistent. Now, as I previously mentioned before, I, as a matter of course, will always have my input color in blue. You could choose any color you like. It makes it a lot easier when you're working with a color that's your prompt. These are then all calculated. We can highlight this at the top and underline it. We can centralize it. And what have we got there? We've got a pretty neat little costing sheet. So this is all setting us up for looking at a pretty comprehensive document, a pretty comprehensive costing sheet that we'll be looking at next. This is going to be really the most comprehensive illustration of what we've covered so far. We are going to be looking at a whole lot of variations. The intention is creating something that allows you to do costings quickly and easily with a lot of very universal principles illustrated.